To make a 9 square pillow, step 1 says that you're going to use the pattern S1 or an L1 if you're choosing to make a large pillow. But you're going to trace 9 squares, 5 of one color, 4 of the other. Choose the ugly side, of course. Match up your pattern to the corner and the edge, so that way you save yourself some time. And then simply trace and cut out the S1s. So you may cut the S1s. When you're finished with that, you're going to take the S2 and you're going to center it onto the square, and you're going to trace and not cut out the S2s. It's really important that you do not cut these out because these are meant to be sewing lines. So once I'm finished, I'm going to simply take my scissors and cut out the first line of the S1s and make sure that I keep my S2 in the middle. You're going to do this repeatedly 9 times, so you have 5 of one color, 4 of the other, with an S2 traced on the back. Step 4 says to lay out your squares pretty side up in the direction that you will see them. So your 5 patterns go to the 5 points here, and then you're going to have your 4 in between. Step 5 says to lay the top left corner fabric onto the middle fabric, and you're going to do your best to match up your sewing lines. And you're going to sew these 2 fabrics together. You're going to start at the top of the line, sew down the line, and then sew at the bottom. I want the entire fabric to be sewn. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Match up my sewing line with my needle, lower my presser foot, bring the needle down, and I'm going to go ahead and start for 2, back stitch, and finish down the line. Making sure you do the entire length, because otherwise your pillow will have a hole. Then sew off the line. Lift your presser foot, lift your needle, cut your threads short, and then repeat it again. It helps if you open it up. You're going to lay now the right side onto the center and sew. When you're finished, you're going to open it up, and then repeat that 3 different times for your rows. Now that you have your 3 strips made, make sure that you open them up and press your seams open so that everything lays really flat. You can just simply take the iron, open up your seams, and press it. You're going to do that for all 3 strips. Then you're now at step 7, and you're going to simply take the first strip and lay it on the middle strip and sew across the top. Before you do that, you need to, of course, match up your seams. And if for some reason one is a little bit longer than the other, you can go ahead and re-sew this seam a little bit shorter, making them line up. When you're ready, put some pins in, and you're going to backstitch, sew, backstitch. 1 strip, then you're going to open it back up, do the same for the bottom. Peek to make sure your seams match up, sew across the bottom, and open it back up, and then you will have the face of your pillow finished.